You're listening to The Metal Lens. Life, the universe, and everything from a metal point of view.
Yes, we are.
Which can only mean one thing.
It's Friday.
It's Friday the 20th. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, not I. Yeah, here we are. Welcome once again, ladies and germs, to the Metal Lens. Your introduction to the world, to life, the universe, and everything from a uniquely metal point of view. Because as it turns out, Troy and I are the only fans of metal music that are in this room right now.
That's true.
Absolutely true. That is not a lie, and I'm taking that one to the grave, buddy.
Yep, we're the only ones that give a shit in this room.
If there's any followers out there, please comment below or whatnot. So anyway, but here we go again with our a regular obnoxious ridiculousness. At the end of July, and here we are, man. The height of summer, and about to enter, as we are in the Gulf South,
hurricane season.
The most likely for something to come in and fuck up our lives.
The most fun and adventurous season you can experience in the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, because technically it starts, I guess, in June, but we rarely have any significant storms at all in the area until about
3 days
tomorrow-ish. 3 days. Whenever the first is.
Yeah, the first of 2 days.
Yeah, so August is scary, and September is downright frightening. But we'll live, we'll persevere, and we'll fight another day. Whatever. So
I got a new shirt.
What? Check that out.
Immortal Bird.
Immortal Boyd.
And I got a cute little letter from Ray.
Aww.
And she has a little heart right here.
She hearts you.
She hearts me. Mm-hmm. And I heart them because I freaking love this band.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking good. But more.
So, and what it says is hopefully we'll play somewhere around you with new music next year.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, teasing at some new music from Immortal Bird.
Yeah.
Can't wait. We'll review that, I'm sure, when the time comes.
Yeah, I'll be all over that when that drops.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't have a whole lot of it, queued up to mention, but there is some interesting new shit coming out over the coming months, isn't there? I got one or two.
Personally, for me, I've been awaiting the Conan album,
right?
Which will be sometime in mid-August, and then I think later in August is the new Megadeth, which, man, they dropped those tracks. So I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't suck.
I mean,
it doesn't suck. You expect it to be old and worn out, just like Dave is, but it's not. It's not.
No, it doesn't sound like an old, grizzled up leather used baseball bat. Baseball glove. But
with him going on for so long, you expect it to suck, but it doesn't.
Okay, all right, you heard it here first. The new Megadeth does not suck.
Check it out. They dropped one song or two songs already.
One of them, yeah.
And it doesn't suck.
It's thrashy, man. The one I heard.
It's very thrashy. And it's the chorus is good. The little repeating chorus is good. It's fucking good.
Yes, it doesn't suck. So yeah, check it out when it comes out, and for sure we'll be talking about that. But I mean, in terms of life in general, we'll get to our segments sooner or later. Probably sooner, perhaps not later. I can't even tell.
We will be going on a hiatus.
A hiatus.
A hiatus.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My Latin is a little.
A hiatus.
A little dusty right now.
Yeah, this will be our last podcast for a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a step back. We've been working hard, so we're gonna take a step back. We're gonna retool a little bit, kind of reformat what we do here, because providing you with the most the finest quality in broadcasting is our goal. So we might do a venue change. We might take the corner over there where the brains of the studio is.
Who knows? We might get haircuts.
We're probably going to change some lighting around and maybe get out of the fire a little bit.
The world is our metal oyster. So the changes are unclear, hazy at best. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody, we've been emoted, and I don't know what it means to be emoted.
Yeah, so
maybe that's what it means. Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, we're definitely anticipating some upgrades, some positive.
Yeah, maybe some new
retooling,
segments,
like you say. Maybe some new segments. Get into some gear. Maybe do some like ritual suicide live on.
Maybe I'll dance a little more.
Yeah, get some moves and some grooves.
If you like my moves.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some like some funky bass. I mean, I'm talking like sort of like toned down, like high up on the bridge,
I can lay down the funk.
Little P bass there, little P bass action. Just
I got a jazz bass, and I can.
You got jazz, okay.
I can do it on the jazz bass.
Yeah,
I can lay the funk.
Troy can groove.
Sure.
As good as the rest of you.
So
just give me a beat, and I can go.
Lay down the beat, man. I'll be happy to oblige. Hey, maybe we could do some live jams. You can watch me like pretend that I know how to play drums or something.
You know, you've had worser ideas.
I'm sure I have. Most of which have already been implemented here at the Metal Lens.
That's a good one. I want to write that down.
Do
live
that.
jams. That's a good idea. Would you like us to see us do some live jamming?
Yeah, comment below if you'd like to see us embarrass ourselves live, unedited.
You didn't play that right. Fuck you.
I happily welcome constructive criticism.
Well, we gotta.
But random insults are good
we
too.
gotta walk the walk. We talk a little bit of shit on the show about all the bands we've been in and what we've done. We can walk the walk a little bit.
We can walk a little bit, yeah. Allow us to demonstrate our mediocrity to you.
I ain't fucking
in
scared.
4K.
I ain't fucking scared.
No, especially after we've had a few of these. I'm not gonna fucking reveal shit. And better yet, we're not gonna remember shit. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So onward and upward.
Yeah, let's move onward. Let's do it.
Let you go with this because I couldn't really find shit.
That's fine. I got a few little tidbits of news. So via metal injection, artist. It's a little bit of sad. We'll start with the sad. Mariusz Lewandowski. I didn't bother figuring out how to pronounce him. I think that's Polish. Artist has died. Mariusz Lewandowski has passed away. He's known. Well, he pretty much the album covers for.
Oh, he did. Oh, he's an artist, like an artiste.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he did the paintings.
Not a musical artist, a artist.
He is best known for painting. For his painting that adorns the cover of Bell Witch's Mirror Reaper.
Mirror Reaper. Yeah.
It has also contributed artwork to albums like both Cairn and Yod live at the Roadburn 2018 by Mizmor, As the Kingdom Drowns by Psychroptic, Ashen Realms of Stone Icons by Tomarum, Walk Beyond the Dark by Abigail Williams, and I Return to Nothingness by Lorna Shore, and many more. He's got a cool style, man. In fact, I remember just kind of being a little a gaze looking at that Mirror Reaper, that Bell Witch. Aged. Oh, fuck. Do the math. 62.
Hey, wasn't that old?
Wow. Okay, yeah. 62 years young. That's sad. Anybody who contributes to the metal scene, your loss.
And enjoyed his artwork.
Yeah, is our loss.
Which is a big part of albums, as we all know.
It used to be even, more so than it is now. Well, maybe, I don't know. We've had this conversation before, but we can dig up this old falsehood.
Because I mean, artwork is important because, like, I know all of us has done it. You scroll through Brain Camp, you're like, What's that?
Yeah.
And what's the first thing that it draws you to open up a fucking album? Listen to it. The band name, the title, and artwork.
How many
We are
bloody
visual-
skulls are on the cover of it?
We're visual creatures, and
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
tell by a lot of the artwork what kind of band it is,
Mm-hmm.
or at least you should.
Yeah.
And I would kind of recommend doing that. Like, don't have like some kind of fucking like wizard with a fucking mushroom and a fucking cloud of smoke, and then just do like gore metal, because that's just it clashes.
There's an incongruity there.
Yeah, it clashes. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do us like that, please. Yeah, for real. Art makes a difference, but just having that packaged experience is something that, without the physical media, that's something that, old farts like us get a little nostalgic about. We kind of miss, but
That was
whatever.
back in the days when you got an album and it was a physical thing.
When you can smell
and
your
you
music.
held it and you opened it up and you looked at all the pages in it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't wait to see what was inside of it.
Right. I still remember the way And Justice for All smelled.
Yeah.
Weird kind of thing. It's like that plasticky kind of thing, but it wasn't unpleasant. It was rather got me in the feels now, man.
Soothing.
I miss those days. Moving right along. From Metal Sucks, meet Brat, the NOLA face rippers who aren't afraid of a Britney Spears sample. I brought them up because they
That's a large fellow.
that's the drummer. That's a big old dude.
Good Lord.
This band Brat, capital letters, all caps, B-R-A-T, were featured on Metal Sucks. And they're just kind of like a little 4-piece grind act to come out of NOLA here, the city of No here in the state of La. I've heard that. Well, I bring them up also because they're featured on our website.
Oh,
Of the multiple streams that pop up on the Bandcamp streams on our website, themetalnuns.com. I've seen them go through, and I've listened to them. It's good. It's good. I mean, it's fucking grindcore. I mean, it's nothing extraordinarily like complex or whatever, but it's raw and it's heavy and it's good. And they apparently don't mind embracing the pink.
Well, they have a Famali as a singer.
Yeah, a Famali, who's got like blonde hair. She dresses like a Barbie doll. Well, no, she's not dressing like a Barbie doll. She's kind of in that picture she kind of is. Anyway,
Yeah, nothing. Again, some of my favorite bands are have female singers.
yeah, whatever. But I mean, yeah. So she's a vocalist. That whopper of a human being is a drummer. And these two guys, bass, guitar, right?
Stringed instruments.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? They locals. So Brat, more power to y'all. Hope you do well, and
I have to look them up and check them out.
check them out, man. I mean, they got a few videos on YouTube. They're obviously on Bandcamp. So.
Even better.
So wanted to give a shout out to Brat for making it big. There's a Cliff Burton beer now.
Oh, is there?
Yes, there is. I'm not promoting it because fuck, what do I know?
Oh, please tell me it's called Burton Brew.
Cliff 'em All
Cliff 'em All
IPA.
Okay, of course it's an IPA.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Nah.
Give me one of them Burton Brews.
Burton Brews. I mean,
It looks awesome.
Well, hey.
It's like all Rod the Lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning-y.
Let me see if I can. Bust that up. Yeah, it always gets kind of stupid whenever I. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, that's it. You got the Ride the Lightning thing. You got Burton in the old Metallica style logo.
It's probably $18 for 4-pack, but
Well, dude, that's kind of what craft beer costs nowadays.
Right.
I mean, whatever. I mean, it's if it's craft beer, if it's good, it could be really good shit. and you know, $4 or $5 for a pint is not that ridiculous if it's quality product. I don't know. We haven't.
DJ Wakey Bakey has given us the Sawyers.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So there you go. That's that. And this almost made it to the dumbass of the week, but I love this. So the dude Mudvayne was playing, and Mudvayne's Chad Gray falls off stage during the song "Not Falling,"
which, in case you didn't know, would be a case of irony. A lot of people think they know what irony is, but this would be irony.
Yes, I suppose it would. Yeah, they're playing "Not Falling."
Isn't it ironic that I got fired from my job? No, because you're a dumbass, and they should have fired you 2 years ago.
That's called natural
selection. That's not
selection.
irony.
That's natural selection is what that is.
Yeah, I kind of had that one slated, but I don't think he was, like, all douchey about it.
He wasn't a dumbass.
No, it's like he fucking, I mean, the shit happens. He fell off the stage, and he's like, dude, it fucking sucked.
Yeah, but it's just, you see, the joke is it's humorous because they were playing the song called Not
Falling, and he fell. Irony.
Yeah, it's which actually is a pretty cool tune. So
Mudvayne's been doing it for a long time.
I'll take this opportunity.
I remember when Mudvayne first came out.
Yeah.
And the bass player was just fucking.
Dude, they have a great. That guy
Jesus.
is fucking killer. You know, he's on top of his shit. In fact, I think he did like a side project. I want to say it's kind of jazzy fusiony.
Yeah, and I can definitely see that because he's
talented.
got his shit down.
He's talented. But it's for a new metal band. They are probably.
I think they've gone through a few singers. Like
No, that's the same singer.
Is
well,
it really?
At least since I've been, since I first seen them on Headbangers Ball, Headbangers Ball.
Yeah.
And then when they came out, they were doing the whole makeup thing.
Yeah.
And then the spikes and whatever
right.
and
okay.
all shit.
I thought they went through a few.
They did. Well, no. I'm matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been like the same lineup.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I think the guitarist was consistent, the singer was consistent, and that dude was jamming out in the bass. The drums, I think it was. I think they kind of kept the OG lineup.
Okay.
For Mudvayne, but they new metal's not really my passion, but
cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea. But if I were to drink tea, it would definitely be Mudvayne tea. Sure, why not? So yeah, that as they say.
Yeah, the only thing I got is this Napalm Death. There was a little interview with Barney. And they're talking about, like, and of course, they kind of clickbait you on here because he's like, Utopia Banished is his favorite album and not Harmony Corruption. And a lot of the fanboys are like, oh, it's Harmony Corruption. He's like, nah, I don't really like that album. And hang on.
Okay.
So what it was about was what Barney was. Because that was the first album with Barney, Harmony. Before that, they had Dorian, correct?
Lee Dorian, yeah. I think that was the first LP with Barney Greenway.
So what he was more talking about was the production and in the recording itself. He kind of wishes he could go back. Time for bed. He wishes he could kind of go back and do... shit, I'm getting fucked up here. That he could do Utopia, Harmony Corruption the same way they recorded and produced Harmony, just because he thought that Utopia was a lot more just aggressive and abrasive in what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Not to give anything against Scott Burns at the time, but it was just what was going on in 1990.
Yeah.
When they did it.
Yeah.
So, but that's all it was.
I will say that Utopia is probably my favorite album by Napalm Death of all time. in terms of just like listenability, just start to finish, I could just
I'm
plow
not
through
a
it. It's
huge
crushable.
Napalm fan, but I do like. I mean, Utopia Bandits is badass.
I mean, all that shit at that era was excellent. But I mean, I remember, yeah, because Harmony Corruption it had kind of a raw but kind of a chunky production, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I guess that's what he was talking about.
Utopia was kind of raw, but in kind of in a cleaner sense. The production was cleaner, but it wasn't. But it was also like a slightly saturated, and it just had like a nice vibe to it. It's like somebody ran. I don't know. It hard to describe. It's something about the dynamics of that album. It wasn't too dynamic at all in terms of like volume, but track to track, it was like a seamless. There were like no mistakes. Like every dial was marked with goddamn pinpoint precision on their mixing board.
Yeah, and
because
that's what,
every song
and that's
was
what he was
just
kind of alluding to. I mean, is what it is.
it is what it is. So, hey
What you
Troy,
spinning?
don't you want to ask me what I'm to bring you a word from our sponsor, alcohol. Thank you, alcohol, for blessing me and Troy with your powers or whatever.
Nice. And
So yeah.
DJ Wakey Bakey, if you're spinning, tell us what you're spinning.
He's spinning a lot, man. He does.
If you're still out there.
He's like a fucking metal DJ.
Well, I
on
mean, what
Twitch.
you personally listening to?
Well, okay, there you go. That's what we're going for here.
So, what are you personally listening to right now?
Okay. I'll tell you what I've been spinning a lot lately. Fucking Infant Annihilator.
Oh yeah,
Have you heard them?
yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah.
That's. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just been. I just can't get enough of like Cunt Crusher or whatever. It's just kind of
really follow them, but
it's kind of tickling. Well, they're kind of hard to. They're on YouTube, is where I found them. They don't have like a Bandcamp channel or anything. I've seen them on a couple of like comps, but yeah, they're just kind of fucking crazy to just kind of watch on YouTube. But yeah, they're kind of nuts and a little difficult to follow. I think to date they have not played a live album. I mean, sorry, they haven't played live, because a lot of that shit, a lot of that shit is like programmed. Kind of curious to see how the drummer would, sound with what they do. But I mean, I can't imagine. It's kind of hard to imagine that that's a live band playing live. Then again, we've been listening to this shit for a long time now. We've seen what extraordinarily talented musicians can do, and they can obviously pull off a lot of very impressive technical shit, and that's what this band is.
I bet you Flo Monnier from Cryptops.
Betcha Flo can. So yeah, I've been digging a lot of Infant Annihilator lately. So
I have been spinning some Dope Throne.
Dope Throne.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with
the Hakalaka album.
Excuse you.
Yeah. Well, Hakalega, whatever. And I've also been spinning. Well, my favorite album is Trans-Canadian Anger.
Trans-Canadian Anger.
Yes.
All right.
That is good.
Okay.
It's gritty, it's dirty, it's nasty, it's sludgy. It's all the things that I love. Rolled up in one neat little package.
Cool.
So I got to do the whole Bandcamp switch over thing to the computer, to the phone thing, because they're not on Apple Music. And I have an iPhone.
Gotcha.
But I can get around that.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, as far as like just they got a man, they really got a good New Orleans sludge vibe to them. They really do. Montreal, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been digging me some Dope Throne.
Dope Throne.
It's all the shit I love rolled up in one neat little package.
Hey, that works. Yeah, man, I don't know if you've played any of that for me or anything, but I don't think I've really listened to those guys.
I was playing at the.
Is that what that was earlier?
That
Gotcha.
was.
Okay then. Dope Throne. Ask for it by name. Trans-Canadian. I wrote that down. Trans-Canadian Anger.
Yeah, that's the album. That one's good. The vocals are mixed perfectly, and they sound good, and they're mixed perfectly with the music the way I like it for that type of music. It's good.
Hell yeah. All right then. We here at the Metal Lens will endorse Dope Throne and their Sonic Depravity. So
Album of the week.
let's do it. Sonic wise, but certainly, dude, like one of the, I don't know, this band is probably one of the more celebrated and crowd pleasing.
Sure.
Crowd pleasing is the word I'm looking for.
And I'll give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Elephant Riders to the north. Clutch, Elephant Riders.
There you go.
It's a fan favorite. Everybody loves that album.
Yeah.
If you're into Clutch, you like that album. It's a great album. And plus, the thing about that album is, like, I really love it when he sings about food. I don't know why. It's just...
Yeah.
So
they got Losing End of the Wishbone song.
Yeah.
Is on that. That's about food.
Manitoba is my old time stomping ground. Come out in '98.
Yeah.
That was the only album that they did for Columbia. And then they moved again.
Okay.
But that was the one and only for that label.
That's funny. I never really paid attention to any of the record labels that Clutch has been on.
You remember we used to, like in the early death metal days?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this one's on Metal Blade. This one's on Roadrunner.
Caroline Records.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever. RC. Yeah. Relapse.
And now for Doom, it's like Southern Lord, and you know,
a lot of shit's just kind of indie too. You know.
Right.
I mean, in these days of the internet, and the information superhighway, you can kind of get away with that shit, and just be totally self-produced.
And right after that, they put out Jam Room, and I kind of like Jam Room.
Jam Room was right after that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I dig me some Jam Room.
Okay.
But no, I mean, it's just a really good album from back to front.
It really is.
You can listen to the whole fucking thing and just...
That's a very crushable album.
It really is.
Yeah. That's probably my absolute favorite Clutch. And that album is probably the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Clutch.
I'm going to go off on a tangent. Oh, not a tangent, but I'm going to kind of go off the... Yeah, I'm kind of partial to Beale Street.
Okay.
But man, if I really gotta, if I had one Clutch album that I could listen to from now until the end of days, it would be a close between Elephant Riders and probably Blast Tyrant.
Okay.
I really like Blast Tyrant.
Okay. Yeah.
Blast Tyrant for me was a little more aggressive. And I just really like that album.
I think Blast Tyrant was like the last album that I even really listened to.
It's a good album.
Yeah. But there's something about it kind of popped in my head. It was apropos. I found Elephant Riders pops in my. It's for whatever reason I associate it with the summer.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's me.
The cool thing about Clutch is you could take their entire catalog.
Yeah.
And you can probably pull 3 or 4 songs off of every fucking album they've done, and make a playlist of just some badass fucking Clutch shit.
Yeah.
You can make a killer Clutch fucking playlist.
Yeah.
I mean, you really could.
Yeah.
Going all the way back to Sands Charbarian Highway.
Yeah. Well,
you really could. Pure Rock Fury. There's like 2 or 3 songs that would make it. Yeah, that's Clutch.
Like I said, they're a crowd pleaser.
Because, like, that is kind of interesting about Clutch because, like you'll have, like straight metalheads. They'll like Clutch.
Yeah.
and then you kind of have like the rock and
Read
roll
my
guys,
mind.
like they're
Yep.
kind of older, and they're kind of like into Guns N' Roses and shit like that, and maybe some Motley Crue, but they'll like Clutch too. And it's just their style is they kind of appeals to everybody that's into kind of like hard rock or heavy
Yeah.
metal. Like I kind of think like a lot of people that listen to classic rock would also like Clutch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got that bluesy vibe, you
Yeah.
know, with their riffs, and that's
Or somebody
Mass
who's
appeal, you
kind of into heavy metal but doesn't necessarily dig death metal would like Clutch.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of a universal language.
Well, I only seen
It's
them.
Clutch bringing all the subgenres together.
Yeah. Like I seen them live only once.
Oh, I've seen them like 3 or 4 times. I think.
Okay, so who did they play with? For when I saw them, they played with Mastodon. So,
fuck, I know twice I saw them. They didn't play with anybody.
oh really?
Yeah.
They were just like soul headliners.
The last time I saw them at House of Blues, they didn't play with anybody.
Fuck, all right. And they can do that too, you know.
Yeah,
they've got
they can
like that
absolutely
much
do that
that
too.
much of a draw for sure.
Well, and they got that
Um,
much of an extensive playlist too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, they got to have like 13 or 14 fucking albums.
Yeah, but I mean, they could probably go on tour with like Sepultura. They could well, I don't know what I remember as being Sepultura. You know,
Right.
the Sepultura of our day in the '90s when this album came out. And when we this is that the '90s was like peak Clutch.
Yeah.
Just like our testosterone levels was peak testosterone level in the '90s. But
They've fallen a bit since then.
I could, yeah, but yeah, right.
A few more gray hairs in the beard there.
little declined sense of masculinity, but nonetheless,
I'm still a man, damn it.
they could easily tour with like I'm trying to think
Pantera.
of like sure, yeah, absolutely. They could play with Pantera. They could play with like Ghost. They could probably play with any of the like the huge fucking. They can easily open for like Metallica or Megadeth.
Sure, absolutely.
They can draw
absolutely.
in. Maybe probably not the more the extreme metal bands. I'm thinking like. I don't know, I'm thinking of like your Cryptopsy or whatever. I don't know if they would really, or black metal.
But I guarantee you this though: if they did play with Cryptopsy, people who went there to see Cryptopsy wouldn't fucking walk out.
Yeah, it's.
I
Not
guarantee you
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Remember that time we saw Vader at Zeppelin's,
Yes.
and we were like, "Who the fuck is coming? Where are these guys coming from?" We didn't know these guys existed because these guys were coming out. We were seeing Vader. This is sometime in the '90s, and we were
And it was
testosterone.
and it was the
and-
coldest open ever. Your boy gets up on a mic, and I think they were from Ireland. or some
No.
shit.
Wait, they are Polish?
Yeah, somewhere European.
Somewhere Eastern European.
And your boy just comes up to the mic. We are Vader. Join us and die.
Yeah.
And they started.
Polish. Yeah.
It was the coldest open ever.
Yeah. But the people who came out there, dude, they
Yeah.
can't. They were coming out with the full spikes and fucking.
Oh, well, that was back.
regalia
Well, if you remember, that was back in the Zeppelins' immolation, annihilation,
Masturbation,
abdomination,
incantation,
or fucking whatever.
Abomination.
Yeah, that's when immolation used to come down all the time. And
the Zeppelin years. That was fun, man. Shit.
black leather and long hair and spikes.
I know,
and-
but I mean, it seemed like they came out of like I never saw these guys. I saw this big square shaped bald headed dude with just this leather vest with spikes all over it, and I was expecting him to come out with just walk into his van and come out with just like a fucking slaughtered goat on his back and come in and say, "All right, boys, now we're ready for some fucking," I was expecting that to happen, and they had the fucking long boots with the spikes in it, but they would pretty much dress like goat whore.
Right.
But we never. I don't. At the time, I just don't remember seeing any of those guys in fucking Fat City. You know what I mean?
Right.
We were all just like a whole bunch of skinny little douchebags like us with long hair and fucking cigarette burns all over our arms.
Yeah, and a Danzig T-shirt.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that was an amusing time of our
My
lives.
Metallica T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Megadeth rules.
Yes. And so do AC/DC and Metallica.
Yeah.
Do we got any science?
I do. I
you?
do. I do.
Let's do this. All right.
Science shit no one else cares about.
Let's do it. What you got for me?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. What?
Neuralink.
Oh, wait.
Holy shit.
Neuralink. That's not the internet thing. That's the thing where he's trying to control.
No, this is the fucking brain
Brains.
implant fucking mind control bullshit.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So, he's got his Neuralink project going.
I think it's about that time, Troy.
Yeah, but there's been some. Of course, he's not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're from Europe. From the UK, I believe. Not.
Who are we talking about here?
Well, we're talking about where is it? Synchron.
That sounds intimidating.
It's one of Neuralink's competitors.
Oh.
Competitors.
They're vying for global domination.
Yeah,
I
sure.
guess.
Well, there's competition there.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk has yet to get approval, FDA approval. Of course, I would imagine that would be harder in the U.S. But Synchron, they've implanted this shit in human brains.
Oh, good.
Now. Let's go with the story for a minute.
All right. Before I start parroting the whole thing, go for it.
They're a humanity-based company looking to improve the quality of life for humans around the globe.
So are the makers of Soylent Green.
So what Synchron does is they've implanted its first device to the brain of a U.S. patient. In this case, one with ALS, a neurodegenerative disease that affects the patient's ability to move and speak.
It's Lou Gehrig's disease, man.
Yeah. Guess you didn't see that. Hey, Lou, there's a disease with your name all over it.
Well, that's what your boy Gleason's got, man.
Yeah. So the hope,
Well, yeah.
is that this patient will be able to browse the web and communicate through email and text just by thinking. And actually, the shit works.
Oh.
Yeah, it does work. He can translate the patient's thoughts into action through commands sent to a computer. Synchron had already implanted its device in 4 patients in Australia. So maybe they are a U.S. company. I don't know. It doesn't really say exactly where they're from. These patients are
That's called plausible deniability.
have no side effects, and the device allowed them to send messages through WhatsApp and make online purchases. You can make online purchases with your thoughts.
Double-headed dildo. Double-headed dildo.
I really don't want the double-headed strap
Free
on.
shipping.
But remember, they're a humanitarian-based company, just looking to help people around the globe.
Yeah,
So
right.
you can see where this is going to go awry.
Yeah, I mean, if you can send an email, I mean, you got people who are in full conscious control of their body, who send emails that they regret.
Well, right. I mean,
What happens when one of these people gets drunk, man?
I mean, good Lord. Well, you don't want to see my Amazon fucking save for later fucking list, okay? It's probably like $8,000 worth of shit. And goddamn it, I'll keep moving up there. I'm like,
just crap that you...
I'm moving back for later.
Right.
Now I'll put it back in my cart and move it back for later. Okay? If I didn't have that constraint, then I could just think and purchase something. So apparently they are a U.S. company.
I
don't know why. I guess they had that Australian thing, so I thought they were. But
Okay.
because they did receive FDA approval in July of 2021.
Wow, all right.
And Elon Musk has yet to do it. to begin human trial and of its stentrode device to insert into the brains of 6 patients. Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
The stentrode, should pick a better name, can be inserted into the brain without cutting through the patient's skull or damaging their tissue. A doctor makes an excision in the patient's neck and jams it up from there. From there, stentrode can help. With the help of a catheter, is placed into a blood vessel within the motor cortex, an area involved in the planning, control, and execution of voluntary movements. Good. Stay away from the involuntary ones, because I need those. You know,
yeah,
like
please don't fuck with my heartbeat.
to like breathe and blink and yeah. Once the device is implanted, a second procedure connects it to a computing device and plated in the patient's chest. The stentrode reads the signal produced by the neurons firing in the brain and then sends the signal to a computing device, which sends it into a computer or phone through Bluetooth. Motherfucker.
Yeah. We're just crossing. As soon as it jumps from one interface to another interface, dude.
Right.
Then you're just.
Look. Okay, we
it's
get
hacking material, man.
Yeah. So it can help people that can't speak or like whatever communicate through a computer screen with just thoughts. That's wonderful. That's not their intention.
Oh, what?
This is just a test. Hey, we can make the cripple talk. What else can we do?
Well, well, since we've got some free time.
Come on, the writing's on the wall here, people.
So, all right. So here's I'm going to throw this hypothetical situation.
Please.
Right? Or
because there's a whole mess of hypotheticals.
I mean,
going on
of course, yeah. So, okay, so I will reframe it thusly.
Oh, hold that thought.
Okay. So I hope that this implant, at some point in the chain of like its operations or whatever, distinguishes between like
good evil?
No, conscious thought and like dreams. Imagine just having a random dream.
Well, sure.
And then you wake up, and then all of a sudden, like you've just
of,
ordered $10,000 worth of Jello pudding.
A box of dildos shows up at your doorstep in 3 days. It's like,
why Why are we talking about mail ordering dildos?
But I'm not sending them back.
Well, you got to do something with them.
Shit.
Yeah.
The world is getting to be a very slippery place, folks. In case you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of goes on with everything else. I mean, certainly. Now I don't know what Elon Musk exactly proposed with his Neuralink that he did not get FDA approval, and Synchron did.
Yeah.
But it was probably ALS thing.
Yeah.
This is strictly for medical benefits.
Not for like some crazy mad scientist experiment that's aimed at taking over the world. No.
Things are going precisely as planned.
How do you spell this is just from my manifesto. I mean my autobiography.
MWAAAWAAWA.
I don't know, Troy. I think it's MUA hyphen AA hyphen. Wait. So yeah.
And I mean, so you can see where this is gonna go. I mean, pretty soon, if this takes off, you'll have the fucking plug, like the Matrix plug.
Oh God.
Like in the base of your skull.
Oh, anybody who's ever played Cyberpunk, get ready, because the fucking, what do they call them? The net hackers are coming. It's just a fucking well, shit. I mean, it's a range of game.
The NFTs?
Okay, so no. All right, so Neuromancer. So it's a sci-fi novel called Neuromancer. Gave way to like an RPG called Cyberpunk, which I think is now a computer game. But they had this thing where like you could be like a net hacker or whatever, and it was like a matrixy kind of thing. You just plug the thing into your whatever, into your neck, or into the back of your head, or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're connected, and then you're just like fucking just subroutine. All right, you're doing the whole thing like in your head, kind of thing, and you've got your own internal user interface, I guess, that only you can see, kind of thing. Cool idea. I mean, really neat shit. And it's.
I mean, you couple that with virtual reality, and I mean.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know if I told you that, because they got that Oculus thing. And
right.
I was.
Yeah.
I've been so. It's in my Amazon Save for Later list. Because I was this close to getting it, and I almost got it. And they actually had one at the exchange at work.
One of the pieces of junk you're gonna find on your doorstep when you get your implant, Troy.
Oh sure. and so like a guy at work got one, and he brought it back and he set up a Wi-Fi hotspot and he fired that fucker up right there at work, and we all fucking dipped in.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool because like you got a boundary with those things.
Yeah.
So like if you're outside the boundary, you can see through and you can see like the room you're in, and then you roll your chair into the circle and just you're in this shit, dude. It's badass.
I'm sure it is.
It's incredible.
Crazy.
So like I was after it for different reasons, for baseball simulations, because it's a baseball simulation program that I was kind of interested in, but I wasn't quite sure how it would fuck with the mechanics and everything. But I don't know. I just didn't do it. And don't really have a desire to do it anymore. But, so like, okay. Like, right now it kind of looks like shit. It's amazing, but it looks like shit.
In terms of like the quality of what it is that you're seeing, the graphics, I guess, or whatever.
The quality is fantastic. The graphics are shit.
Okay.
In other words, you remember the Mii characters in the Nintendo Wii?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you can go into the metaverse, and you can you can go to business meetings if it's a meta meeting. But that's what you look like. You don't have any legs, and you just go.
Okay. Yeah. We've talked. Yeah. All right.
Now there's other games you can play that look very real. You remember? I don't know if you remember this or not, but this is actually, and it's kind of weird because it's probably about a decade ago. They had that movie Beowulf, and there was that CG animation movie. But it looked really like lifelike. And there's been other movies too. Like I guess Polar Express was like that.
Well, I never saw either, so I don't.
Well, me either, but
Okay.
I've seen snippets of it.
Okay.
And so like, it's CGI,
Okay.
but it's hyper realistic.
Okay.
And you almost look at them like, certain things you're like, wait, is that fucking real? And then like they'll turn and there'll be a little shadow thing, like, oh no, that's CGI for sure, right? Very convincing.
Okay.
Very fucking convincing.
Okay.
But you can kind of tell it's CGI.
Like some of that deep fake shit that
Especially
people
if you're not used to it. Now you can definitely be like, oh yeah, that's CGI, because we're used to that technology now.
Okay.
But when it first came out, you're like. But you couple that with the Neuralink, with the all this shit comes together, and there is no proof. There is no definite proof that we're not in a simulation right now.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, how could you prove it? Because anything that you prove would be part of the simulation. Kind of thing.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So, like, I could take my phone and I can go in the metaverse,
Mhm.
and I can create a world,
Okay.
and I can populate people, and they can be doing things.
Sure.
They can be doing all this shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then inside one of the houses, there's a person on a phone that created a metaverse, and so on and so forth.
Right. Well. Mm.
This is Earth number 382.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not prepared to have that fucking depth of conversation at this point.
No, but
But it's interesting to think about because, like,
that's what science shit'll take you. It'll
Yeah.
take you there.
yeah. There and back again. How we doing on? Can never see where our timer is. Oh, we're at about the hour mark. You want to keep going, or shall we go to dumbass is?
Do you have a dumbass? I believe you do.
Got a couple actually.
Let's go.
All right, let's slow things down just a little. All right, so we got
Dumbass of the week.
we
Dumbass of the week.
I got two of them for you. One is
Two.
actor
I got two.
or maybe former actor Terrence Howard.
Yeah, and like I've seen this clip, and like I kept like, God, the dude looks so familiar.
Yeah.
He's the fucking guy from the first Iron Man movie. He was Iron Man's
He was like
military buddy.
Rhodey. Yeah. He got impeached and replaced with Don Cheadle. And I don't know. I honestly can't remember whatever other roles he's played, but actor Terrence Howard has gone. I'm not going to play the video. Fuck it. I'm not going to play the video. I'm not going to go through all that malarkey. But yeah, he did this thing in Uganda. All right, so I guess backdrop. The dude, by many accounts, has a personality that some might find difficult to work with. I don't know. He's got reports of like abuse and certainly reports of doing and saying some weird shit. And perhaps he might have gotten himself blacklisted in Hollywood or whatever.
That's why I would never work out in Hollywood, because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Not something like this.
Oh no, not something like this, Troy. No, you wouldn't.
But diarrhea has been known to flow out of my mouth hole.
Well, what we've got here is a case of serious excrement of the mouth, because there's a recording of him in Uganda, talking about how he just got a little too smart for modern day science, physics, jet
and that was
propulsion,
the strange thing,
aerodynamics,
because when I was watching the clip, I'm like,
and whatnot.
this guy looks familiar. I know
Yeah.
this guy,
Yeah.
and he's in Uganda, and he certainly does not look Ugandan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck is he doing in Uganda?
My guess to that, Troy, is that he's burnt bridges.
Yes.
And he's too much of a crackpot here in the U.S.
He's lost all credibility in the United States.
He's lost all credibility, so now he's got to find a new nation of suckers to. I guess he just kind of figured, like, wait, no one hates me in Uganda. Let me go ahead and peddle my bullshit there.
Well, it's kind of like Chuck, because Chuck is like the grand chief of the people of New Guinea.
Chuck?
Yeah, because he showed up with like a Bic lighter and like a Walkman.
Oh, that's that gag that we had when he was on the show. Okay.
Yeah. Over here, he's just a little
Okay.
fucking. He works at a fire station, and he's just Chuck.
But in Uganda, he is a god.
Right.
I
I don't know.
So he starts going on about like
They gave him a stage.
You
The
gave him-
people
he
of
certainly-
Uganda gave him a stage.
they gave him a microphone too, and
Yeah.
and they haven't, as far as I can tell, kicked him out of the country.
Prick with a microphone.
And he started going off about like I've invented a new form of aerodynamics, and
Based-
flight using
Yeah, based off of the hydrogen proton,
the hydrogen.
and he thought about the hydrogen proton, and realized the math was wrong. So he redid the math and put it to geometry,
Okay.
and that's a direct quote. He put the math to a geometry,
Yeah.
his geometry, and came up with a new form of flight.
Yes. From Wikipedia, in a 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, a legitimate publication, I might add, Howard explained that he had formulated his own language of logic, which he called teriology,
Jesus.
and which he was keeping secret until he had patented it. This logic language, he claimed, would be used to prove the statement 1 × 1 = 2. You know,
Fascinating.
yeah, forget about, the decades, centuries of research of mathematics and number theory and mathematical, logical proofs and stuff like that. Like, no, Terrence Howard figured it all out. 1 × 1 = 2. Genius.
Well, to
I
make
mean-
it a little shorter, this dude is a walking fucking tool.
I mean, doesn't it scream just like wannabe cult leader kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a walking fucking dumbass.
I mean, it's really easy to kind of slowly fade from like,
we ought to just play the clip
crackpot
if you
to-
can, because it's not going to make any sense unless you really see it.
Should I?
But it's just it's it starts out as what the fuck, and then it's like this dude has a fucking disease.
Shall I do it? You want me to play the clip?
Fucking play it.
All right. Let me hang on. Give me a second here, ladies and gentlemen. I just had it here, and now, actually, I could probably just pull it up from my history.
You will have to stand back in awe of the dumbassery of this fucker.
There it is. Let's not play it just yet. Shut up, Terrence. Let's see. What am I doing here? Let's go to the internet, shall we?
To the internet.
All right. Have we got it here? No, I don't want to go full screen just yet. Yeah. All right. So we present to you the
dumbassery of Terrence Howard.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't think they're capturing the audio. That's kind of important.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, either way, you see it, so you'll know
Yeah.
if you go on YouTube and check it out. It's complete.
Look for this
dumbassery.
video. Look for this video. It just, you'll
So,
get it.
cheers to you, Terrence dumbass.
Yeah.
You made our list
Yeah.
very easily.
It wasn't that difficult. Yeah, you didn't have to fly all the way out to Uganda to make it to our mantle of distinguishment here. Oh, but I did say there were 2 dumbasses.
And what was even funnier is like there was like this old Ugandan guy in the back going, that makes sense. And then there was like this kind of younger girl that didn't seem like she was Ugandan. She was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
She while smiling politely, but I
She's
mean,
like, "Fucking really, nigga?
wait
What
a
did you
minute.
say?"
I got my own crackpot ideas. I'm waiting politely for you to shut up with your bullshit so I can continue on with mine. So, yeah. That was, check it out and judge for yourselves, I suppose.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Okay. Dumbass of the week number 2.
Number 2.
That dumbass of the week is me.
Oh,
I am your second dumbass of the week.
what did you do?
This is going to take some setting up, dude.
Okay.
All right. So, A few weeks ago, Troy, I decided. Was it for 4th of July when I did that? Put that pork belly in the smoker.
Yeah.
I invited you over.
Yeah.
All right. So, so it was the 4th of July, and I picked up pork belly, smoked it in my
back
smoker.
porch down, did
No. The damage is entirely based on my own person. I'll get to that, but no loss of limb, life or limb, no property damage, just my self-esteem.
Oh.
As if I had any to spare. So I'm going live on live broadcast, streaming this abomination of what used to be a brain. Anyway, you remember that sauce that I kind of served with it?
Yeah.
That it had a kick to it, right?
Oh, it had a kick.
Yeah. And we were just kind of dunking little bits of it into it. That sauce has since gotten stronger.
Really?
It has somehow just kind of steeped in itself, and I guess I don't know. It's just, then again, we were taking little bits at a time. Okay. Let me back up even further. So
he made a buffalo sauce with homegrown Tabasco peppers.
Okay, so I've got Tabasco. I've got a Tabasco plant in my backyard, and it is thriving. It's doing wonderfully. It has produced so many delicious but very, very hot.
It was very tasty, but it kind of lit you up a little bit.
Tabasco, little tiny Tabasco peppers. These things are brutal. It's become so plentiful. I'm just like, trying to grab. Half of them I dry and grind down and turn into like a Tabasco salt, which in itself is a painful experience because grinding it down kind of it atomizes the bits and it gets into, and I'm just like sneezing and snotting all over the place. It's terrible, but it's worth it because it makes a great product. The other half I wind up turning into my own sauce. Well, as much as I tried to really dilute this stuff, man, it's hot. I mean, look, anybody who's had Tabasco sauce, like Tabasco, like from Avery Island, from the grocery store, Tabasco sauce, it's got a little zip to it,
a little
sure.
Kick,
yeah, but it's not, dude. This shit is stupid. Hot, like the sauce.
It
like,
is.
I had a bottle this tall, big old fucking bottle of just pure sauce.
And I had it fresh, so it wasn't that. I mean, it was fucking hot.
No, it was fucking hot.
It was fucking hot.
It was that sauce that I made, right? Diluted with some additional vinegar, and then with a stick or two of butter in it. All right, so it's not pure hot. So I'm doing my best to make this edible and fit for human consumption by the time you ate it. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And even at that, you had little bits at a time. So I'm like, all right.
And you take a little bit. It's like, that's tasty. Oh, that kind of stings the palate.
Right.
Wow.
It grows on.
Yeah. Geez, I got to take it careful with that.
Yeah.
You get me a beer or something?
You could probably do some serious damage with this stuff.
That's how it was.
Well,
and it's worse than that now.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, brother, it can do some damage. So, on to the dumbassery. So I guess I'm a glutton for pain, man. I don't know what to tell you.
And so what this is preludes to is the eventual Meadowlands hot sauce.
Oh, God. I didn't even think about that. That's brilliant. Okay, we might have to do that, man.
Coming to burn your ass in the near future.
Hey, it don't suffice unless it burns you twice. That's all I'm saying. And let me tell you, it burnt me twice.
Oh, Lord.
3, 4, 5. I don't know how many. Look. All right, so
It's
this
fucking
week,
hot.
this jar that has been sitting, I mean, I emptied that sauce, not just the Tabasco sauce, but the buffalo sauce that I made for us to just kind of dunk these little cubes of pork belly into. It's been sitting in a jar in their fridge for 3 weeks now?
Festering.
Festering
Getting
and
angry.
boiling. I opened it up and this green plume of smoke came out with a fucking angry face on it.
Fuck you.
Oh, it spat in my eye and fucking ran off with my wife. So I decided, I'm going to go ahead. I got to do something with this jar. I'm going to make some hot chicken. So I just got some fried chicken from Winn-Dixie or whatever, and I, put it in my refrigerator, and just kind of said, when I get around to it, I'll make some hot chicken. So I did it from dinner earlier this week, right? And I took a couple 3 pieces, and I just slathered in this sauce. I heated it up, slathered it in the sauce, had that for dinner, dude. And I was just, I'm just like pouring myself beers, and I'm just screaming and crying, and I'm just like,
And the funny thing is when I was over and we had it with the pork belly,
right?
It was fresh, and we're like, well, Tabasco, when they make their sauce, they ferment it for like months or maybe even a year. Oh, is it 3 years?
Minimum of 3 years, and it does temper down the heat.
Right.
That is a fact. It tempers.
But apparently, it gets worse before it gets better.
But if the evidence at hand were to hold true, then yes, it apparently does. So yeah. So I wolfed down this chicken with great zeal and a whole lot of anger and tissues. But I did it, and I'm like, oh my, and fucking Nicole was just like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, no, but I fucking did it anyway, dude. And I kept eating it. I ate every last bit. And stupid me, I'm like sopping up the sauce and I'm like, oh yeah, that sucks. I forgot.
God, this fucking it's so painful. Glutton for pain.
Yeah. So a few days later, it just sat in the refrigerator. It sat there. And then yesterday, I'm like, I got to clear out the fridge.
And you went back for more.
I'm like, I got a few pieces left, like couple 3 pieces left or whatever. I'm just gonna I have 1 piece for lunch, and I'll have the rest for dinner. All right. So I went ahead and heated up 1 piece of the chicken up for lunch, covered it in the sauce, started going no, like every fluid that the human head can produce, mine did. Just out of every pore, and I'm it was lunch. It was one thing. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. No. Same stupid thing. All right, so that's done. Finish up work. It's dinner time. I'm like, it's time for dinner. Let me go ahead and heat up the rest.
I got 2 more pieces of chicken there.
So I heat up the chicken, lather, rinse, and repeat, Troy, and the same. And I mean, I swear, this was like it was the most brutal. I guess because I'm like, I gotta just get rid of this stuff. This is toxic waste.
And then
I just dumped it all.
And then the stomach starts to bubble.
It didn't happen until the next day.
And you're looking at the bathroom. You're like, oh no, this is not gonna be good.
Somebody is going to teach something a lesson. And dude, same fucking. It was just the same song, different verse,
Orifice.
Man. Yeah, pretty much, dude. It was, I was like, why am I doing this? Eat. Oh, this hurts so much. It's so painful. This is so delicious. Eat. Oh, what am I? And it, same old. Once again, lapping up. Oh, look, I got a little extra sauce.
And so
it did not stop, dude, until.
And so like my only experience with that, and luckily I stopped immediately. And I told you all this is when I was at El Paso. Is this? I don't really like Mexican food.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like authentic Mexican food.
Right.
I don't like American Mexican food because it all tastes the same way to me. I think they make that shit with their feet. But I had the carne asada. That's safe. It doesn't have that fucking sauce that tastes the same in all those restaurants. Enchilada sauce, whatever the fuck it is. So it's just fucking steak and onions. I'll eat that.
All right. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, on the side they had a roasted jalapeno. They had the little black char things. They roasted it. Now, little did I know, jalapenos can be quite inconsistent.
They can be.
But you know, you get them on your fucking nachos. It's like that's not a big deal. Got a little bite to it. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can eat it with your nachos. Not a big deal.
Sure, sir.
Fucking 9-year-old girls eat them with their fucking nachos.
Sure.
I took a little sliver of the tip. Didn't get even to the seeds.
My.
A little sliver of the tip. And just. I was in a bind, son.
Oh, God.
I was in a fucking bind.
About to lay your ass
I
out.
know
man.
it went down the right side of my esophagus. because I could feel that side burn all the way till it hit my stomach.
That's the side where the tremors began.
And then I was like, holy shit. And I'm sitting there with my family, and I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. And then the anxiety started kicking in. And then I started sweating. I'm like, holy fuck. Once it hit my stomach, that was it.
Oh.
And it didn't. You know that when you start salivating when you're about to throw up, that started happening. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I had to go in the bathroom, and I thought my life was going to end in the bathroom of a fucking El Paso. I was fucking hemmed up. I was in a fucking bind, son,
Lord.
in a bathroom of fucking El Paso, and I didn't think I was coming out of there for a minute.
Oh God!
And that was just a little tip of fucking jalapeno.
Little smidgen.
Yeah.
Little smidgen, as my mom would say.
Lucky I just grabbed the motherfucker. Oh, jalapeno.
Yeah.
I'd have probably went to the fucking hospital.
That's what I would have done.
I'd have absolutely threw up.
Oh my God.
I would have absolutely threw up.
Dude.
Because I was fighting back. I was fighting it not to throw up. I should have just threw up. I don't know if that would have helped or not. And I think that's the only reason I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think it would have. It would have made things worse.
It probably would have.
You would have had to.
But I fought.
Again,
I was rinsing my mouth out. I was drinking water. I was spitting it out. I was doing everything I could do to not fucking hurl.
Oh, dude. Oh, my. Look.
In the bathroom of a fucking El Paso.
Of an El Paso.
Jesus.
Oh.
Lit up like a fucking Christmas tree.
Out here in the parish, too, man.
Jesus.
I wouldn't have expected that. Well.
And neither did I. But I'm lucky. I just went, let me just, jalapeno.
Well, look.
Holy shit.
This is our experience here, man.
Yeah, right there.
That shit was right there on fire.
Now, I didn't get it on the back end because I guess it was just that little bit. But I didn't go back for more and more like you did.
That's why I'm the dumbass of the week. Yeah.
Cheers, my friend. You made it.
Eh?
And you're all out of...
Yeah. Dumbass. So, yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. I've learned my lesson. I will endeavor to dilute this stuff as much as possible. If anybody really wants some really fire, and I mean fire, Tabasco sauce, homemade Tabasco sauce, or if you just really love your bathroom and you want to spend as much time in it as possible, dude, hit me up, You know,
we've had worse ideas. Metal Lens hot sauce.
Okay, sure. Yeah, why not?
Death incarnate.
Dude, look, I'm telling you, this one plant is so plentiful. It just, I mean,
and I told you about that. The peppers that grow, they used to grow them at work. They just throw the seeds out there, and you have little fucking pepper plants all over the fucking place. They're prolific down there. I'm pretty sure I can earn living. If I could get the product down, if I can find the right recipe, make it consistent, get the right balance of flavor and heat, and find the right ingredients. Well, fuck the balance. You make a goddamn killing off these fucking YouTube dumbasses fucking doing hot sauce challenges.
So, the key is consistency, though.
Oh, sure.
You gotta know what you're getting into.
And I don't know who's gonna sample it. Not me.
I'll sample it.
Like, oh,
I'm dumbass.
That's the stuff.
No.
Fuck.
No, dude. I had two napkins. One was for like the sauce, and one was just to sop up all the fucking snot and tears and fucking drool that was pouring out of my dude.
Jesus.
I can handle a modest to respectable degree of heat.
Hey, look at him. Doesn't it look like he could? As opposed to me? Like, who do you think can handle more hot shit?
I mean, I was like, you know, but I didn't throw it away and say this is inedible. No, I never thought for a second that this is inedible. I'm just like,
after a jalapeno, I wanted to scrape my face with fucking ice cubes. Just
that is why I nominate myself as second dumbass of the week. So,
well, thanks for DJ Wakey Bakey for throwing us some slayers.
Yeah. Our fucking metal DJ. That's cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we can call this. We can go ahead and wrap it up. So look, y'all, we're gonna go, as Troy said, on a hiatus. Hiatus, hiatem, hiatarum, hiatanimus. I haven't
hiatus.
But yeah, I haven't really done my Latin in a while. But in a hiatus, we're gonna take a break. So we'll try. I'm gonna do my utmost to make sure that everything is updated and reflected on our social media. You can always check us out and like us and follow us. On Facebook and Twitch.
It could be a completely different program by the time we get back.
Or it could be not. I could just decide to spend my time in a drunken stupor or in the hospital from eating too much goddamn hot chicken.
Trying to get the goddamn recipe right.
Somebody's got to take one for the team, Troy.
Right.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll come back in I don't know, 4-6 weeks. Maybe we'll keep you posted, but definitely check us out on Metalends, themetalends.com. Like us and follow us, as I said. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. And I love to talk about Twitch. But with that, we're going to hopefully come back bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And with or without the flames of hell
the
behind
fire.
us. We may switch it up a little bit. Yeah. Maybe introduce a little variety and shorts.
Yeah.
There's also a possibility of shorts.
I'm excited about the shorts. I think the shorts are gonna be good.
Yeah, the shorts are good. Brevity is better than being too long and drawn out. So in that, for that matter, what the fuck am I going on about? Let's go ahead and just say goodbye. And fuck off until next time.
And keep one foot in your ass and one fist in your mother.
That's right.
As Ricky Rahman used to say.
That's how it works. So with that, we'll see you when we see you. We're gonna take a break, but we'll be back soon enough, folks. So fucking rock on, y'all.